This is Pokemon Emerald Rogue, but we're doing a Nuzlocke with shiny Pokemon only. Run number 1. We open with a shiny Impidimp that we found in the Safari Zone prior to starting. And since it's a Nuzlocke, we can only catch one Pokemon per route, and it has to be the first shiny that we see. And we lucked out that our first encounter was a Poplio right off the bat, and now we only have one route left to catch a Pokemon before we get ready for the gym. And we continue building our fairy and water-based team by adding a shiny Squirtle. In gym number 1, we take on Will, the Psychic Trainer, and our little Bubbles, who's physically built, is already dropping some waterfalls. Then he luckily survives a weak Psywave and blasts this overgrown rock into oblivion. And our little blue imp finishes off a fancy Slowpoke. Our next route is a fancy ice route, and it's a good start because we evolve our shiny Poplio as well as our little boy Bubbles. And after collecting all the items and beating all the trainers, the very first Pokemon we run into is a shiny. No, I'm not kidding. First freaking attempt from that? How? Gligar's pretty solid too. And on the next route, we're able to find a big shiny turtle. Color design actually reminds me of my shiny Dreadnought that I had in Pokemon Violet. In gym number 2, we take on Price, the Ice Trainer. Circus starts off by defeating a type disadvantage, which was nice, and she establishes herself as the early game MVP by taking down 2 more Pokemon, before Bubbles has to finish off the world's most annoying Arctovish, who basically killed itself by substitute. On the next route, we're able to add a shiny Panda to the team, and he immediately becomes a very big panda. But the best part about this route is the game has gifted us with a Primarium Z, making our brand new Primarina incredibly useful. Gym number 3 is Koga the Poison Trainer, and Burati starts it off by saying no to shrooms, before dropping another Pokemon. Good job, little bat. And he's perfectly set up to take down the bell, followed by a little blob of poison, dusting off gym number 3. Things are looking good. On the next route, I spent a lot of time ranting about little girls in inner tubes. You had to be there. Seriously though, they pay me nothing. Why can't they just steal from their parents? But at least Burati evolved, giving us a Super Bat, and so did Bubbles. Happy, happy day. After 17 years, our shiny encounter is a Lomomola, and sadly it was a waste of time because it just wasn't good enough for the team. Then we get one of my favorite new shinies, a white Grimmsnarl. It's pretty awesome. And in the second area of route number 4, we find a Sock, which is also not good enough for the team. In gym 4, we take on Annabelle the Fairy Trainer. Burati starts things off as he ended the last gym, dropping 2 weaklings with his Battly Might, before Circus continues the goat conversation against 2 different colored Alcremies. What's up with that? And then I performed the most anticlimactic opera of all time. What have I done? You're right, I didn't break the Mimikyu. Oh no. For real, I'm just happy she survived. But Bubbles plays cleanup again, and gym number 4 is done with no deaths still. We move on to Route 5. My god, guys, it's my freaking nemesis. Little tube girl of doom. But we escape past her pretty easily. And our shiny for this route is a Zebstrika. I'll definitely add that to the team, a little more balance. And they just don't give that much money, unfortunately. Oh. Well, now we're battling the inner tube kid. Little children have given me trauma. Tuber channel. Watch it. $100. Broke little child. For no reason. You guys don't want to get me started on one of my rants again about small children and being broke. And the next area gives us a Vullaby as our shiny, but we don't feel like adding that to the team. So it's on to the next gym. Gym number 5, we face Karen the Dark Trainer. Came into this fight thinking we'd get an imposter sweep, but this Greninja had other plans, with a sneaky poison attack that kills our imposter. And its Protean ability is starting to become a major problem, as we lose Burati as well. So Bubbles the cleanup crew comes back in to save the day, but he gets super slammed by another panda because we dropped our panda. The pandas must be uniting. So we bring Circus the goat back in. Honestly, I never thought of ever using this Pokemon in my life. It's actually pretty good. Tokar wins a tough fight against the Drapion. We swap Circus back in, and the goat does what the goat does best, even dropping a Mega Sableye with ease. Finishing Gym 5. We already need to start a new rebuild, but at least we have 3 potential areas where we could catch Pokemon here to get a full team. And our shiny for this area is an Enfazon, or that's just me imagining that it's French. But the damn thing was impossible to catch, so I had to try to do some damage to it, and the weakest move I had was a flamethrower. Turns out we're having cooked pheasant for dinner. In the next area, our shiny was a Mantine. This time we had a little bit more luck catching it, at least. And in the third area, we get a Vespiquen. That hits pretty hard, but at least we caught it pretty easily. And we take Lance, the Dragon Trainer, in gym number 6. Circus opens the fight with a great kill against a tough Tyrantrum, but a Thunderbolt makes her a fried fairy. Rest in peace, goat. Tokar comes in to save the day, and I swear to God, if he would have finished off this combo, this would would have been a different fight, as an earthquake ends its life. Greg finishes it off, albeit at the cost of his own life a minute after, and Zebdini sets up a 2v1 against that Haxorus. But it's just not meant to be, as we don't have the firepower to finish off a dragon team like this right now. We bow out in the 6th gym, again. I'm 2-3 against this gym now, it's my nemesis.